Before we get into this episode, can I just ask everyone, does everyone else struggle to beat Watford as much as I do? Leave your answer in the comments down below. In a parallel universe, West Ham United decided that Slaven Bilic wasn't the right man to lead West Ham to glory at the London Stadium. Instead, they chose this man. Hi there, my name is JNO. What's up guys, and welcome to JNO FM and welcome to another episode of the West Ham World. We are currently in season number 5 and we're in episode number 3, and we are really pushing for some trophies this year because we have a good squad, but we seem to just fall short in tournaments. And for the first season in a while, we've managed to not get Champions League football last season. So we got Euro Cup, which potentially we're more likely to be able to win than the Champions League because of the quality of the teams, naturally. Today we have an EFL Cup game in the 4th round. Unfortunately it is against Watford, who are one of my bogey teams on Football Manager. And then we have QPR in a home game in the Premier League. We are currently sitting at 6th place, just behind the likes of Man United, Tottenham, Arsenal, Man City and Chelsea. We are above the likes of Liverpool, however, with teams like Southampton, Stoke and QPR, one of our opponents, filling out the top 10 spots along with Sunderland. We are also in charge of the England squad. We managed to get the job during pre-season and we've got 2 games to cover. We had a friendly against France, which we did manage to win 2-0. John Stones scoring a penalty and Ross Barkley scoring in the 74th minute. And then we won in the European League Division A Group 4 against Russia 1-0 away with a Grant Ward goal. Grant Ward, a player I haven't really heard of before this, but he's got some decent mentals, decent player overall. We gave him a call up to see how he could do and he bagged a goal. We only have Denmark left in the European League Division A Group at home, and I mean at the moment we're on 9 points and all the other teams are on 1 each, so we're most likely qualifying for whatever the hell this tournament is. I don't really understand what it is, but we're doing okay in it. Okay, so we go into this game playing a team that play a 4-4-2. They have Jamie Vardy and Success up top. They have likes of Witsel in their midfield. So it's a decent, strong side. We have played them 10 times, and as you can see, Watford have won twice. 4 matches have been a draw, and we have actually won 4 times. That feels like more than I've actually noticed. But whenever I seem to play them online, on YouTube, I seem to lose. Okay, so we are going into this game playing a slightly rotated side. I know I said I'm trying to win the League Cup, but I'm also trying to make sure we have a good season in the Premiership. I don't think Watford are playing their strongest side either. So we are playing our 3-5-2 or our 3-6-1 or whatever you want to call it. We are starting with William Hamilton in goal. We have Blind, Wisdom and Bjorkhead as the 3-man defence. We have Byram and Ayew on the wings. We have Tillemans, Klaassen and Hughes as the 3-man midfield, although that is meant to look like that. And then we have Lanzini sitting just behind Mark Anderson. Hopefully we can pick up the win in this game because it's about time I beat Watford on YouTube. Okay, so they're not even playing Jamie Vardy up top. So they really are playing a weaker side than I assumed they would. So hopefully that is good news for us and we can pick up a victory here. We're going to tell the boys to pick up where they left off because they've been on a decent run of form recently. Hasn't really psyched any of them up, but come on boys, this is where we need to win to stay in the EFL Cup. It's games like this that are the most dangerous. The boys will be up for a big team, hopefully against smaller teams that just dominate the game. This kind of game is the type of game I can see us losing. Okay, maybe I should have been commentating because Anderson is through and he's had a shot. Costile has saved it though. Usually I don't commentate the opening highlight because it usually doesn't come to anything, but Anderson actually had a shot there. Now Lanzini crosses it and Costile again manages to pick up the ball. So nothing actually came of that, but there was a chance there which I wasn't expecting. Oh, it's gone to the back post. Looks like Hamilton saved it there. Can we win the tackle? Okay, Lanzini has actually won the ball and just hoops it clear, that's fine. But it looked like Watford were close to scoring there and they've had the better of the game so far looking at the stats, which is not what I want to see. Okay, they're now down the right, crosses it in, Success has scored. This isn't going to plan. I come out and say I'm trying to win the League Cup and it looks like I'm going to get knocked out in the 4th round. Maybe I should have put out a strong side and then put a weak side against QPR. We are not dominating possession like I'd like. We're not dominating chances. Okay, hopefully that was just an early blip in the game Maybe the boys are now waking up a little bit, as Anderson should pick up the ball outside. Klaassen now has it, finds Tillemans. Tillemans back to Klaassen. Klaassen plays it to Lanzini. Lanzini find the ball into the box for me. Anderson, how have you hit the post from that close? You absolute donut. We are coming back into the game and that would have been the equaliser. What on earth was that shot, Anderson? You're better than that. I brought you up through my youth team. I've spent plenty of time on your career and that is how you repay me. That was shocking. I could have scored that. And some of you would have seen my football videos on YouTube. I'm not that good. Wow, how did that not go in? Okay, we are actually now starting to dominate the match though. This is a nice, portion of play here by the side. We are dominating. We're passing the ball around nicely. Lanzini now gets tackled. But we pinned Watford in that highlight. But I just cannot believe Mark Anderson did not put that away. That was ridiculous. How on earth do you hit the post from there? Seriously. Just wow. How did he not score from there? I don't understand it. I don't understand how a player of Mark Anderson's quality... I mean, some of you may not know how good Mark Anderson is. If you're new to the channel, you may not know what his stats look like. So when I'm making my substitutions, I will click on his name and try and show you as Wisdom manages to win the ball there. Hughes finds Klaassen. Klaassen to Anderson. To Lanzini. Through to Anderson. What is wrong with you, Anderson? Put the ball in the back of the net. You've been trained to do it since frickin' season number 1. How on earth have you fricked up that many times in a row in one game? Win that ball, please. Why did you not make the tackle? Brady's now running. If this is a goal for them... Alright, Hamilton manages to catch the ball. It's a poor cross by Brady, to be fair. How has Mark Anderson not scored one of those 2 chances? There's been episodes where I said Mark Anderson could be our striker for the future. Off of this performance, I'm not even sure he can be a striker for the blimmin' second string. How has that one gone in? This game baffles me sometimes. Mark Anderson now scores, now I'm berating him, but how on earth did that beat the keeper? That is probably the one chance maybe I wouldn't necessarily say, okay, you have to put it past the keeper there. But that kind of went through the keeper. It's like his hand got stuck in his armpit or something. What on earth just happened there? Alright, we're making a substitution now. I suppose now he's scored, we should keep him on. We're going to bring on Luan to sit just behind him. And we're going to take out Will Hughes for Van Ginkel. Purely because Van Ginkel's just so trustworthy. If you didn't know as well, Van Ginkel's one of my favourite players. We're going to confirm the team talk and then I'm going to go into tactics if I can. Just to show you Mark Anderson. If you're new to the channel, you may not be aware of his stats. And how promising a youngster he's meant to be. But we're going to concentrate back on the players. Klaassen plays it to Lanzini. Lanzini, Byron picks up the ball, plays it to Ayew. Ayew's control wasn't great, but it wasn't the easiest chance. I thought he could have just snuck it in there or volleyed it first time, but he's unlucky. I'm not going to hold that against Ayew. That wasn't a bad bit of play. Alright, so if we go to tactics, Mark Anderson here, we'll have a look at his attributes. You can see a finishing of 15 and a composure of 14. Really, that's what composure and finishing of those 2 stats achieve. Now, don't get me wrong, he's 20 years of age. He could become even more incredible than this, but how did he not score those 2 chances? Just tell me. If Mark Anderson put away the 2 chances he really should have, and then missed that other one, would be 2-1 up. And success now is going to put the ball into Djukabiak. Djukabiak? Who's Djukabiak? How on earth is this happening? Just as we start dominating the game, now look at the stats. We've had more shots, less on target, but clear-cut chances 3. Half chances 2-2, whereas we've beaten clear-cut chances by 1. What on earth is this team doing? Just what the hell are you doing? I mean, the defence probably isn't the ideal defence, but I thought I could get away with it. We actually going to lose this game to Watford. Alright, they've gone defensive now. How have we lost this game? Well, you know what? I didn't want to win the EFL Cup anyway. Let's go on to the QPR game and hopefully have a decent league run this year. But we're already out of the cup. Just wow. Okay guys, so we're going into the second game of this episode and we are playing QPR, who have the likes of Wilson, Odegaard, Campbell, Carrillo, Cancelo, Corker, Smithies and goals. So it's a pretty decent QPR side, probably why they are around the mid-table position area. But we've played them 7 times and we won 6 of them, so really we should be getting the win in this one. We are playing a pretty strong team here with Hamilton in goal, then Donker and Oxford either side of Michael Keane in defence, Fernandez and Farrak Yilmaz as the wingers, with Van Ginkel, Van der Beek and Cook in the middle, and Klaassen sitting just behind Luan. So hopefully this kind of strength of a team should pick up the win. Fernandez is probably the weakest link there, but I wanted someone a bit more attacking than Ney and Sam Byram. Okay, so they're actually playing quite a defensive 4-4-2 here. Messer and Cousins coming back just in front of that defence there. So we'll take that into account. There's a lot of space for us to play in just in front of our own defence. So we're not going to rush the play. I believe my instructions should have play out defence. So we'll keep it at that for now. And we're going to remind them we are the favourites, so show them what they can do. And then we're going to assertively tell them we've got faith, or whatever that second one usually is. That usually gets greens, thank you very much. Now bounce back from that disappointing EFL Cup game, please. We need to keep our league form sharp so we can keep up with the teams above us. And league tables disappeared. There we go. Okay, so we are hoping for a big game from the likes of Yilmaz. Klaassen can have a big game, Luan can be a big game player. Van der Beek can always pop up with a goal. Van Ginkel can sometimes be just absolutely outstanding for us. So we're hoping for a big game from one of these players to pick us up a victory here in what is a London derby at the London Stadium against QPR, who have definitely strengthened. What a ball. What a freaking ball. And then Wilson manages to beat Hamilton from that angle. Carrillo with an incredible ball there. Why do we start off so poorly? Look at this ball by Carrillo, just splits the defence. What on earth? This is going to be just one of those nightmare episodes. And nightmare recording sessions. Monday and Tuesday's episodes I enjoyed, they were amazing, a lot of fun. Thursday and Friday's videos are just dire. Just wow, how are we getting dominated by QPR? Alright, we're going to lower our mentality and hopefully draw them out. But what on earth are my side playing at? In these 2 episodes, they've just been absolutely shocking. Or these 2 games. Don't you dare score another goal. Oh wow, how open was he and how did Wilson miss? That is worse than Mark Anderson's misses. What is this nonsense? What is this nonsense? Why can't you blimmin' win a game? I'm starting to get... That's it. I'm getting angry, so I'm going to say this aggressively. Push forward, you stupid men. 6.5 rating from David Klaassen. You're meant to be Mr. Reliable. I mean, Mark Anderson actually scored last game, so we're going to swap him around with Luan. Are we going to take Luan off as well? Who can we put just behind? Put Lanzini didn't exactly like... Lanzini wasn't exactly great in the Watford game either, was he? I just cannot believe we're... I know this QPR side isn't bad. They're doing okay in the league. But we're at home, we're West Ham. We're meant to be Champions League contenders. Not in the Champions League, but contention for the spots. And we're going to lose this game 1-0. 1 freaking 0. 4 half chances, but I haven't seen a single highlight. You know when you feel like you shouldn't have sat down and recorded a few episodes for your YouTube channel of Football Manager? That's how I feel right now, because how on earth have we played this side, had 13 shots and only 2 have been on target? That suggests that none of our long shots have been on target. And I've got some players that can take some long shots. Van der Beek was scoring them all pre-season, scoring long shots for fun. And now, losing to QPR at London Stadium. And wonder why we can't get Champions League place last year, and probably not this year either at this rate. Well, that's just great. We're now in 8th and we're behind QPR. Southampton have jumped above us as well. So yeah, great episode. I really enjoyed that one. Anyway guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed my misery in that, because then at least we've got something out of this. If you have enjoyed it, or you're enjoying the series in general, make sure to smash a like on this video. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel. Sometimes we do actually win games. Check out my Patreon if you want to support the channel and its growth. I've been JNO, you guys have been awesome, and my West Ham team have been awful. But at least I've still got you guys.